Hi, and welcome to another episode of this gravity series. Today, we are going to talk about Henry Cavendish and the gravitational constant. So, let's start. The gravitational constant. The constant of proportionality G is the gravitational constant. Newton knew that G must exist in his formula, but he was not able to calculate the value. In 1798, more than 100 years after Newton published his law of gravity, the British physicist Henry Cavendish was able to design an experiment that made possible to measure and find the value of G. The value of G came from an experiment conducted in London at the end of the 18th century by Henry Cavendish, who was trying to find the mass of the Earth. Cavendish designed the first experiment to measure the tiny force of the gravity between masses in his laboratory. Cavendish demonstrated this using a torsion balance. As you see here in the image, is a horizontally suspended wooden rod with a small lead sphere at each end. Two large lead spheres were fixed in place, 9 inches from each of the smaller spheres. When the torsion balance was released and allowed to move freely, the lead balls would be attracted by the gravitational force. Cavendish isolated himself from the room to not contaminate the experiment and looked at the sphere's movement through a telescope, as you see here in the image. After a year of observations, he was able to affirm that the small balls did not move a tiny 4 millimeters due to the gravitational force between them. Then he calculated his results by comparing the density of the balls with the density of the water. As he knew the masses of the spheres and how far apart they were, he carefully measured the force between them. And by using Newton's equation, he was able to calculate the G. In the end, the results of Cavendish experiments were that the density of the Earth was about 5.5 times the same amount of water, or put it in another way, the mass of the Earth was 5.9 trillion kilograms. Cavendish was able to figure out the value of G with 1% of deviation of the actual known value. With his results, the astronomers were able to calculate the mass of the Sun, the planets, and the Moon. That was all for today. I hope you liked this video. Please go check the videos before this one because they are really interesting too. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and well, to write a comment so I can see what you think about this video. And that was all. Stay tuned because in the next video I'm going to talk about Einstein. Bye!